Well, in other crucial news, a bill that would force a sale of TikTok by its Chinese owner ByteDance or ban it outright was passed by the US Senate and signed into law by President Joe Biden. Now, the process is likely to get even more complicated. The US Congress passed the measure citing national security concerns because of TikTok's Chinese ties. Both lawmakers and security experts have said that there are risks that the Chinese government could lean on ByteDance for access to sensitive data that belongs to about 170 million US users or to spread propaganda. Now, the law would allow TikTok to continue to operate in the United States if ByteDance sold it within 270 days or about 9 months, a time frame that the president could extend to up to about a year as well. Take a look at the finer details. The US Senate has voted in favor of legislation that would ban TikTok in the United States unless its owner, Chinese tech firm ByteDance, sells the popular social media app within the next year. The Senate voted after being driven by national security concerns over the potential risk of China accessing American data and conducting surveillance on them through the app.
Our actions are implemented through transparent rules and regulations with ample comment periods. And we would welcome transparency from the PRC on its national security actions and greater clarity on where it sees the line between national security and economic issues. This would provide greater stability to the relationship while also helping foster confidence for firms doing business with the PRC, which is in China's interest.
From once being a mere lip-syncing app to now hosting an array of content, TikTok has quickly become a popular app among Americans. The social media site has roughly 170 million American users, which is about half the population of the United States.
And we're ready to serve.
In fact, TikTok is so popular that 9 of the US senators who voted for the legislation have official TikTok accounts, some of which are still in use. Similarly, Joe Biden's campaign officially landed on TikTok earlier this year under the username BidenHQ and currently has over 305,000 followers. Joe Biden's re-election campaign plans to stay on TikTok for at least the next year to attract young voters despite the US president's efforts to have the app banned. With content ranging from simple food recipes to breaking news reports, TikTok is a major cultural and economic powerhouse in the United States. Many users have already come out and voiced their concerns over the possible ban of the social media app and how they foresee it impacting their lives.
Banning TikTok would have a lot of consequences. For myself and a lot of people in my generation, it is a primary means for communicating and connecting with one another. Additionally, a lot of us use it for finding out about different social issues. So if it's banned, that also decreases the chances that we find out what is truly happening.
The clock is ticking as TikTok owner ByteDance has 9 months to sell the company. With Samia Afsar, Parmeshwar Bava for NDTV. And for further clarity, joining us on the broadcast, Dr. Tara Kartha. Thank you so much, Dr. Kartha, for making time for us and joining us on the World 24/7. She's worked on terrorism and other security issues relating to the neighborhood and was a former director of the National Security Council Secretariat. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us on NDTV. You know, TikTok stands accused of being a conduit for the Chinese Communist Party, guzzling up sensitive user data and sending it to China. There's not much evidence to suggest that's true, except that their parent company, ByteDance, is a Chinese company, and China's government has its so-called private sector in a chokehold. So in order to stay compliant, you have to play nice. How do you see it?
Yeah, it's quite ironic that TikTok was originally founded in California in 2015. Right. So it is, when he was asked whether he was a Chinese company, it was a bit, there is a separate app called, I think it's called Douyu or something in China, which is different from TikTok. But nonetheless, the bottom line is, if you've got 17 million users in the US, it's got 750 million users in China.
170 million in the US.
No, in the US, 170 million and 750 million in China. So there's a lot more users in China than in the US. So finally, it's all about money. But the fact is that if they kind of do this, in the sense, China will never let the algorithms go. And it's very significant that they're saying this is on national security grounds. And whether it is or not, which is your question, whether is it using that app or not, I mean, if they're saying it is on national security grounds, then there is something there, right? It is, what is the national security implications of TikTok's algorithms for China? That's a question worth asking. But at the same time, it is, let's face it, the whole thing will transfer, like in India, it will transfer to Instagram, it will transfer to YouTube, it will transfer to a bunch of other companies who will profit a lot. So finally, what you come down to is, it is the same doom scrolling which you'll get on TikTok or on any other app. So for domestic users, it didn't really impact domestic users a lot, even in India. But there are a lot of businesses involved. Like, I think about 750 businesses in the US are part of TikTok's operations. They're going to lose money. And look carefully at at the congressional, they tried earlier also, by the way, to ban TikTok, and they couldn't. So the sort of generosity to say that you've got this 9 months to get your act together, sell something. After that, you've got 19-day reprieves, means there is an awareness that this probably can't be done due to First Amendment issues. I mean, they have very, very strong First Amendment rights, which is not like us. There is an individual liberty involved.
Just picking up on that, Dr. Kartha, but a broader government-imposed ban that blocks Americans from using TikTok could then face legal challenges, right, on First Amendment grounds, as you mentioned. After all, a large number of Americans, actually, including elected officials and major news organizations like the New York Times, they produce videos on TikTok. It's also ironic how Joe Biden supported the legislation while his campaign used TikTok. Essentially, it is a place where users are sharing their artwork, information, opinions about political topics like abortion rights.
Absolutely right, yes. So it is being, till now, was being used by everybody. But then the fact is that now in both countries, there is a political issue. I mean, even for Xi Jinping, I'm not of them, they're not democracies. But for him, a question of losing face in China is a very important thing. A lot of people, even if Beijing allows the sale, he's going to lose political face significantly. In the US, it's a question of pushing back on China. After all, China banned Apple users, Apple from selling its, putting its messaging applications in the US. So basically, what you have is a kind of technological divide between, it's a kind of global technological divide between the two, which is going to have a lot of implications down the line. You'll have bans on, say, satellite using in terms of the flow of information, in terms of seabed communications. It goes into all those issues as well.
Right.
So there is much more at issue than just a thing which you're using in, your phone which you're using for entertainment. There is a lot more at stake. There
is a lot at stake. ByteDance is also considered to be one of the world's most highly valued startups. And as TikTok faces this existential crisis in America, let's see whether Blinken brings it up when he touches down while he meets all senior officials as he's in China. Thank you so much, Dr. Kartha, for joining us on The World 24/7 on the NDTV network.